Weight loss has become a difficult subject nowadays, especially when people will only say that you need to burn more calories than you take in. So let's throw a spin on this. Let's not call it weight loss. Let's talk more about fat loss, which I'm sure is something that you're interested in. And if you're someone who is burning more calories than they take in, and this has successfully worked or is working for you for fat loss, then that is amazing. But if you have been burning more calories than you've been taking in, you're frustrated, you've been struggling with this, and it's not working for you, then this video is for you. First thing I want to mention is what Gary Brecka talks about quite a bit. It's the 30-30-30 method.
30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking, followed by 30 minutes of steady state cardiovascular exercise. Steady state cardio is where your heart rate is at or below 135 beats a minute. You should be able to talk on the phone, read a Kindle. You are not panting, right? As soon as you go hammer down, your body switches sources. It will switch to lean muscle, right? So, unless you have amino acids in your bloodstream. You burn fat at rest. You do not burn fat during exercise. You burn fat at rest.
So, a lot of people believe that doing fasted cardio is a very effective way to burn fat. But really, he was saying that it isn't. And the reason why is because you're starting to use your muscle as your fuel rather than your fat. Within 3 minutes of strenuous exercise or even doing steady state exercise, you start to burn your muscle within 3 minutes. And then it can take up to 5 hours to actually start burning fat and using that as your fuel. So what he mentioned was the 30-30-30. So within 30 minutes of waking, you'll want to have 30 grams of protein, followed by 30 minutes of steady state cardio. And that has been very successful for people. So this is something that right off the hop, you can give a try. Second thing is we have to think of our connective tissue and take this into consideration. Our connective tissue is our fascia. So it holds all systems, structures, muscle fibers, and cells in your body together. So when we compress over time due to poor posture, poor alignment, working out incorrectly and building more compression in the body, this causes scar tissue or something that acts very similar to scar tissue, which acts as a physical barricade to deliver nutrients to the cell and to remove the waste from the cell. As soon as you start incorporating a fascia decompression technique, you're allowing your body to regulate and perform the way it's supposed to. Now your systems can start to be optimized. Your circulatory system, your digestive system, your elimination will all start to naturally improve because you have now allowed your body to actually flow and work properly. Something I'm going to be showing you in this video is a fascia decompression position in your belly and how to optimize your diaphragm and your proper breath. Now, talking about the breath, this is another massive consideration. There's a study done in 2014 by the Medical News that literally proved 84% of weight loss comes from the exhalation phase of the breath via carbon dioxide. So they didn't necessarily say that breathing is the fuel, but breathing is the vehicle to remove the carbon dioxide out of the body. Of course it is, but this comes down to the question, what kind of vehicle are you using? If you're breathing through the muscles in your upper chest and you're stressed all the time and you're not conscious of your breathing, it's going to be a lot more challenging to rid the carbon dioxide out of your body. So I'm going to be teaching you proper diaphragmatic breathing so that you can exhale fully and inhale fully to actually bring the oxygen to the deepest parts of your lungs to improve optimal oxygen absorption. Next is metabolism. So this is what's interesting. Why can some people, when they are in their teens, tend to burn fat a lot more effectively than those who are in their later years, let's say 50, 60 plus? Think of metabolism like this. We're composed of trillions and trillions of cells in our body, but these cells are like mouths to feed. So we need to be able to awaken the cells in our body so that we can actually use the fuel that we have been taking in properly and effectively rid the waste out of the cell. You can see how all of this is tied together. We're one whole body. We just need the body to be regulated and to work as efficient as it can. And now we can definitely talk about food because food plays a role in toxification and detoxification. Certain foods for you are going to be a lot different what's optimal than foods for myself. I have a certain diet and maybe that doesn't work perfectly for you. So we need to be able to detoxify properly. These are things that all tie together to make your body a very efficient machine. So let's jump into that fascia decompression position that we can do in our belly. And yes, you can do this throughout your entire body, and I would definitely recommend that. But as soon as we start getting the belly decompressed and we can access the diaphragm properly, then you can start to digest food more effectively. You can start eliminating waste more effectively. You can start exhaling more effectively to rid the carbon dioxide more efficiently. So let's start with the fascia decompression position. First thing you'll need is a rolled up towel, and it will look something like this. Try to compact it as much as you can. Because you likely don't have our tool, the block, which is made out of wood, we want to make it pretty dense. And now, nice and slow, let's come directly over top of the towel, right where the belly button is located, and let's start up on the elbows. First thing I want you to do is breathe in and out through the nose, but focus on that inhalation. As you inhale through the nose, expand your belly in towards the towel, and you're going to start feeling pressure build up, and that might feel a little uncomfortable. But when you start to expand your belly in towards the towel, you're starting to retrain your breath to the diaphragm. And when we breathe through the diaphragm, this also triggers the parasympathetic nervous system to help you calm down. So let's inhale of 6 counts and let's exhale of 4 counts. And we want to be following this breathing pattern for about a minute or so, just so that you can train the breath, strengthen the diaphragm muscle. It's likely very weak and it's not being utilized properly, and there could be adhesions that are blocking the diaphragm from working correctly. Once we spent about a minute here, let's start focusing on the exhalation phase of the breath. Now let's switch that breathing pattern around and exhale of 6 counts and then inhale of 4 counts. And this is where you might feel a little bit more pain. As you exhale, the towel will be sinking deeper in the belly, and that can be a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. As long as your breath is your guide and it feels okay in the moment, keep breathing this way. At any time, if you need to ease off slightly, you can absolutely do that and reconnect at a less intensity. Now we want to stay in this exhalation phase of 6 counts, inhalation phase of 4 counts for a few minutes. We want to be able to allow or connect the tissue to decompress. It doesn't happen quickly. We're not doing a quick surface massage. We want to get nice and deep. You can lay flat on the floor, relax your body as much as you can, and remember, we don't want to be in that sympathetic state. We want to be in that parasympathetic state. So just follow your breath, and you want to be doing this position for 3 to 5 minutes a day. Now, when you're ready, let's bring your hands under your shoulders, nice and slow, exhale, up and off. Now, every time you revisit this position, it might feel a little bit different. If you're more stressed a certain day, or if you ate something funky for your body, you might feel more pain in your gut. And that's okay. You want to be working through this on a daily basis to help regulate the system. So let's take 5 to 10 breaths, just laying on your back. Place the towel over top of your belly as you inhale. Feel the towel rising as you exhale. Feel it falling towards the floor. And you want to be doing this every single day. I would recommend first thing in the morning to really kickstart your body, your breath, and your day. There's a lot I covered in this video. There's a lot of factors to fat loss, and there's a lot of controversy with the subject of fat loss, and that's okay. So I'm not saying this is the winning ticket for you or for everyone, but these are new tools that you can add in and become more conscious and aware of throughout your daily life. This is a journey. Remember, it's not going to necessarily happen overnight, but when you start using these tools to your advantage, knowing when to detoxify, when you might want to be working out more, when you need to relax and respect your body and decompress, these are things you need to become in tune with your body. You can't necessarily depend on a coach lifelong. They can definitely help steer you in the right direction and give amazing advice, but it's important you find the right coach for you to really help you on whatever your weight loss or your health journey is. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, follow all of my content. I show a lot of stuff with fascia decompression, health, wellness, fitness, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.